What's up, guys? I'm Chris Spags here, back with another Four Corners video for today's 9-game MLB main slate, courtesy of Awesemo.com. Now, it's the first day of May, and once you're done digging through your Justin Timberlake memes, which are so much fun and all over the internet right now, like this video and leave a comment down below about which guy you think is going to hit a home run today. Unfortunately, nobody picked a double dong correctly yesterday. There were so many options out there, but nobody landed on them. A lot of single home runs, though. But today, we're going to get it right. We're going to nail all of our lineups. So like this video right now and leave a comment down below. The first corner I want to hit on today are the pitchers on today's slate, and Jacob deGrom is going to be a very popular option. 2.7 implied runs today are going to be the best on the slate, and Cincinnati's coming off a day in which they were just manhandled by Jason Vargas for most of the day, so that does bode well for deGrom's prospects today. deGrom's had a tough start to 2019 with a 47.5% hard contact allowed, as well as 9 hits per 9, but despite that, he's had a 14.6% swinging strike rate, which is right in line with where he's been in previous years. It's not the best strikeout lineup expected across from deGrom, with Peraza, Votto, Winkler, Puig, and Iglesias all well beneath league average in terms of strikeouts, but it's a good spot here for deGrom based on the Vegas total. You're really buying it on him having a bounce back day, and I'm okay matching the field on him because it does seem like a good spot just because deGrom's talent is there, and eventually it's going to level out. Aaron Nola going against Detroit is going to be the top owned pitcher industry-wide. He'll be number 1 on DraftKings and FanDuel with 42% and 26% respectively, and he'll be number 2 on Yahoo with 47% expected there. Nola's still not missing bats this year with a poor 8.1% swinging strike rate and a 5% home run rate, but Detroit is striking out versus right-hand pitching with a 26.9% K rate. It's hard not to see a bounce back for Nola here, but we said this a week ago, so I don't hate the idea of going against him with a hedge stack, given how poor his form has been so far in 2019. Guys like Castellanos, Cabrera, Goodrum, and Ronnie Rodriguez would be a part of a stack I'd want to go against Nola, but I'll still have more Nola than I will have Detroit stacks, because Detroit is pretty bad, and Nola seems like he should get better, and Vegas keeps supporting him time and again. Max Scherzer going against St. Louis should also be a popular option today with 3.5 implied runs against him. St. Louis is a danger to any right-hand pitcher with a 353 on-base percentage and a 279 batting average so far in 2019, and Scherzer has given up a lot of hits this year with 8.9 hits per 9 allowed, but his 370 BABIP indicates he's had some bad luck. The only St. Louis hitters beneath a 100 WRC plus in 2019 are Matt Carpenter and Yadier Molina, so there's going to be some danger here, but Scherzer has the talent. I'm still more inclined to trust Scherzer than I am to stack against him, but I do think it's a spot here where maybe his upside's cut into a bit because these Cardinals hitters are going to bring it to him as much as any lineup will. The next corner I want to hit are the top stacks in today's slate, and a Philly stack going against Daniel Norris is going to be up there amongst all of them. They have 4.6 implied runs in their favor, and it does seem low given how horrible Norris has been with 11.3 hits per 9 and a 7.4% swinging strike rate so far in 2019. Philly has underperformed versus left-hand pitching so far with a 233 batting average and a 95 WRC plus. But the top 4 in the stack has been good enough, with all of them above a 374 on-base percentage. So you have to expect better days for Philly. In this spot versus Daniel Norris, a guy who really doesn't have any good stuff, isn't missing bats, and is going to give you shots to hit it out of the park. Seems like a good spot for Philly to get back on track versus a left-hand pitcher. A Milwaukee stack going against Antonio Senzatella should also have some popularity today with 4.9 implied runs in their favor, and they are in hitter-friendly Miller Park as well, so that's going to help them out a bit. Senzatella has been unable to miss bats with a 7.1% swinging strike rate and just 5.4 Ks per 9, a very low number. Eric Thames, Yasmani Grandal, and Mike Moustakas are the strongest options here due to the lefty-righty matchup, but Ryan Braun and Travis Shaw also seem like they're due for some positive regression. There's a couple ways to stack out this Milwaukee lineup, and again, the hitting environment should benefit them. I have no problem going with the lefties in particular, but I think you can stack this up a bunch of ways and have some value hopefully here versus Senzatella. A Houston stack versus Martin Perez also looks pretty good with 4.8 implied runs in their favor. Perez has played well this year with an 11.6% swinging strike rate, but he's still allowing 10.3 hits per 9. Every hitter in the Houston lineup besides Michael Brantley is over a 102 WRC plus versus left-hand pitching, so there are a lot of ways here to stack to capture value and differentiate your lineup. Houston's going to be a very valuable stack today, I think, so I don't mind going to them at pretty high volume. And now on to our next corner, some of the lower-owned options on today's slate. An Atlanta stack going against Cal Quantrill seems like a spot to target. They get 5 implied runs on their favor, which is the highest on the slate, and there's less expected ownership here due to some elevated prices for the Braves side. Quantrill hasn't been particularly home run prone in the minors, but he has allowed a 1.36 whip down there, so the guys here on the Braves order can bat around on him, with Freeman, Donaldson, and Acuna all looking particularly strong. I think it's a spot here going against a pitcher who maybe it hurts a little bit not seeing his stuff before. This is going to be Quantrill's first major league start, but the Braves here are a good hitting team across the board. I think you can tack them today with this lineup, and they're going to be lower owned. Again, the prices and perhaps some unknown quantities about Quantrill may put people off of stacking Atlanta too much. Caleb Smith's a guy I always like, but I like him today going against Cleveland. I think the spot here is 3.4 implied runs against him, and Smith missing bats with a 15.6% swinging strike rate and a 37.4% chase rate this year, as well as a slate low 5.3 hits per 9 allowed, are good spots here for Smith. The Cleveland lineup may be rounding into form yesterday after shelling Sandy Alcantara, but the lineup outside of Carlos Santana is still drastically underperforming so far this year. I think people are going to think Cleveland are back after that performance yesterday, but Caleb Smith is a really good guy. He's going to be a good spot versus any lineup. I think this Cleveland lineup is still not at full strength, not hitting up to par, so Smith can take advantage of it. And I think it also may be good leverage on the field if people do end up going to Cleveland and chase that big night yesterday. I'm also intrigued by a Washington stack going against Miles Mikolas. He's got 4.5 implied runs against him, and Mikolas' 6.6% swinging strike rate and 5.5% home run rate are among the worst on the slate. There's a lot of power in the Washington lineup with Victor Robles, Juan Soto, Howie Kendrick, and Matt Adams all over a 219 ISO versus right-hand pitching. I think Washington is always an underappreciated stack. I think this is a good spot here. Mikolas is never a guy who's going to strike people out, and he's given up enough power to go in the other way, where I think it's a good time to go to Washington at probably not a lot of ownership. And a Mets stack going against Anthony DeSclafani interests me here. It's a pretty low run total with just 3.8 implied runs in their favor, but DeSclafani struggles a lot versus lefties going back to last year with a 6.16 xFIP and a 6.3% home run rate allowed to the left side of the plate. Jeff McNeil, Robinson Cano if he's in, Michael Conforto, and Brandon Nimmo are all solid hitting lefty options. Where worth some exposure to me, they're all going to be under 10% ownership, and these guys are pretty appealing today given the struggles that DeSclafani has had going back to last year. In the last corner I went to hit are the one-offs on today's slate. We did well yesterday with two of the guys hitting home runs, so hopefully we can keep it going today. And the guy I just mentioned, Michael Conforto, going against Anthony DeSclafani is the first one I want to talk about. He's got a 250 ISO in 2019 versus a home run-prone DeSclafani, who allows 41% hard contact to lefties. You just want Conforto to make that contact, and I think he's got a good spot to hit it out. If he does make contact with DeSclafani, I don't see DeSclafani missing many lefty bats, so I think it's a nice spot here for Conforto as a one-off or as part of a stack. Alex Bregman going against Martin Perez also looks pretty good to me. Bregman's got a 306 batting average, a 245 ISO versus left-hand pitching, and Perez allows a 3.7% home run rate and 42.2% hard contact to righties. As I mentioned before, Perez has been getting hit harder than it seems. Even though he has made some improvements in terms of missing bats, he's still giving up a ton of contact, still walking guys. So I think it's a good spot for Bregman here, both to knock one out in the zone or to have some guys on base for him to do some damage as just a regular hitter. Eric Sogard going against Felix Pena probably won't be a popular option today, but he does interest me hitting leadoff. Well, the Toronto team is probably going to attack Pena with lefties. Pena is much worse versus the lefty side of the plate with a 1.45 whip and a 4.93 xFIP versus lefties compared to a 0.98 whip and a 3.52 xFIP versus righties. Sogard's been hitting unsustainably well so far in 2019 with a 395 batting average and a 209 WRC+, but he's clearly seeing the ball well. The leadoff spot means that opportunity should be there, and even if he's not hitting them out of the park, he's probably going to generate some opportunities for other guys, probably going to get some hits, probably going to get on base. I think Sogard's got a lot of opportunity to do things here, even if he isn't a home run masher as much as it may seem so far this year. So there we go. Those are my thoughts on today's slate as of right now. So like this video and leave a comment down below. Give me your favorite pick today to hit home run. No double dongs. That was a little too hard yesterday, but some of you guys did get the single home runs right, so I'm proud of all of you who did. Now, everybody who didn't get it right yesterday, let's get back on track today. Get your home run picks right. Leave a comment down below, and I will, of course, talk with you guys in that chat later today. And use the promo code SWITCHANDHEDGE to get half off your first month of any package at Awesemo.com. We're going to have some exciting announcements coming up about the new Fantasy Cruncher Pro, which will be part of packages coming out this Friday. But for now, use that promo code to get a part of any package, get all the ownership projections, rankings, and projections. You can just plug right into Fantasy Cruncher right now. Use that promo code SWITCHANDHEDGE to get half off your first month of any package. And I'll be back again tomorrow with another Four Corners video, so good luck.